Because they say it's not only about the money. And the equity practical crown my who say it shouldn't always be about the money. And for instance, MPP for your own primary. So I don't even know what happened in MPP. MPP pan for party. I don't even understand you people. That when the say the determination of the president should be based on Semina Mosca. I agree with Kosi Pratt. Mo yes, sir. First and wine. Na mo amba so wosika wo de mo te wa na mo na be president mo be sha de mo be sumba no be the president. You can't do foco about it. You cannot do foco about what is one is one. And the selection of presidential candidate, whether NDC or NPP, should not be about money. It should never be about money. And yeah, about money. Sabi ni pe hunu bi abeko ko peska. No the ababe di Ghana president, we are koton Ghana the agene coins. And to NDC or NPP or delegates, munya careful. Like I'm saying, no, NPP for the omo declare say omo be a gate, no. And on cover come picking nomination forms now omo ye adwuma. But on NDC the end omo be a underground campaign na Julia Debra any idea. But now no. Musa Dankwa research or ye no. It confirmed the na Dr. Domfe University of Ghana. Right now, on the ground in NDC, is leading. He's a favorite. But on general, that's different. Into not preliminary polls, World Cup, I must have made a mistake. And Musa Dankwa, how Drisu and LED. And I think rightfully so. Look, you're sharing this in one, the most qualified, even before Obeba BBR. I like Julius Debra, mini papa any day, any time. Mini Julius Debra from way back into Eastern region, before Eastern region chairman. I like him. He's my favorite. But I'm saying, if you are being plainly objective, the most experienced and the most qualified, Haruna Drisu. Kobusa Haruna Drisu ni nooks for shenanigans of University of Ghana, 1995, 1996. They were able to shut down the entire academic calendar. Not that I'm saying they are good, but this is somebody who has been fighting for ONIBA, fighting for students. And how they do so on your profligate on shutdown and one who be a shutdown slow but sure. I think on the score of experience there, how they do so be. But that is not to say I may compare how they do so to a student because a student get there, he's classless. He's in the class of his own. A student get there, or this Mugabe, or no only class. And how they do so climate no. Because how they do is the most qualified. I say to get home because they say to get a category they do how they do to carry. But again, they say to get your experience. It's not in the presidency. Say to get any experience we are in the presidency. You see, and a banner say Obia 1 year long time a year grooming noir. And if you look at President Mahama, you know, there are very how they do to say or you're not now. And you see from Bawumia, northern region. From the northern sector, not northern region, exactly, northern sector. Mahama, northern sector. Analysis, not divided any tribal sentiment, no bigotry. But I'm just saying, it is very difficult that the voters will take the presidency back to the northern sector. Because we've had two. For your fact about or your vice president, he was part of the presidency, so it was still in the northern sector of Ghana. Mahama Swaba still in the northern sector of Ghana through Savannah. It is very unlikely, say 2028, never come back. That's the thing that is working against Haruna Drisu. By Haruna Drisu is the most experienced outside the Sedun Ketia. But Julia Debraso has turned himself into a darling boy. He's turned himself into a darling boy straight up, and he's pushing. It's whoever NDC then a banner, that person is coming to face the MPP for the Nebeba. And look at MPP. Yera a Kennedy Japan. Slow but sure. I think Kennedy Japan and sometimes when he looks back, Obeka say a shocking baby our baby because Kennedy Japan some cry. I think you can admit the fact that he's really come far. Wabwe Juma. From his to Trump Subani B. Kennedy Japan Kojo Trump. So a Trump version. All the way to the now refined EFS and Kennedy Japan. He's trying to comport himself on one who said presidency, and yet to Jaguni Ade, and Tinete baby, he needs to, exercise some kind of decorum. It's trigger, a Ancabronia trigger, any Kennedy Japan can. Oh, Enye omaya fefo no nkobeko akotino. Enkoma hine ho kra na nkobeko. Because kwabra kwa chitia say de bia ntokwa na one Kennedy Japan ka na honorable no adum ne mic. But any Kennedy Japan ka kwatena omaya hine because omaya hine de oh tintin gram ba Kennedy Japan to be body say sometimes. O to me fire na omaya hine angasa so per controversy tino. No amana kwan. Oba fire be about Kennedy Japan control no ho. Enti Kennedy Japan dia na da no catch about me as a find X because I can't impen. I think Kennedy Japan should not even tread on that line because no Kennedy Japan I can't crave no across the line no because he performed so well in the last race. They say presidential race, super delegate, you know. And Alan Crawford in Nasa be Dickens side say. Alan Crawford in Bawumia who he. And in another no more because it was perceived that Bawumia is the establishment one when a candidate to Omina Baby Dickens side. Into no Kennedy Japan, he has an advantage, but Bawumia still quite on the ground. And the general voting population, the Bawumia still only how me Kennedy Japan and Bamin Dada, Bawumia is leading there. But you see, a trick Bawumia and say you need to win the delegation first before you come to the general voting population. And when I was you know, and the about working a crown so it's here a Bawumia so they say because or also a Jumane Dada and also because of NPP for we had there free SHS near the NPP delivered. But Kakrana to say finance ministry, economy, no, CD dollar exchange rate, you know, Galamsey issues, any a few other issues, any generally governance, any NPP for Nankasa approval ratings are you know, that will work against Bawumia. And Bawumia fault too, because Bawumia wasn't the president, but a good word approval ratings now never for Munintino, a better Bawumia. And that is why Bawumia is struggling. But so far, I think he has conducted his campaign well. And Bawumia needs to double up because from the last super delegate results, no, Bawumia was the leading person. And you are the one who also maintaining as a title holder. You need to maintain. So there's more pressure on Bawumia. And although Bawumia is good, Bawumia has done well. But Nanado, approval ratings and I'm buying Bialco second term pet approval rating bedrop America, UK, Ghana, the same. And if a Kufuado crane can offer some no crime and economy issues no crime and can still NPP approval ratings and the Kufuado bedrop it. It's just the way that their politics net here. Or second term beyond where you drop it. And it's you know, and we don't have stay on Bawumia. And Bawumia needs to do more. So far, I see that he's doing a lot. I can't crabby near my 1 or 2 bin and the team, you know. That's all for money in cohort. No, the team, you know. Mr. Yaman, I made that free consultancy. Me, yes, I'm saying, no, Emma, mom, go homework. And he can, I can't kakra, Bawumia can't kakra. And these are the two people. Makacham that I say, ready to. On our bottom, money by do to no. So when your presidency no credit when you say running mate the need room. Because last one, now about your favorite too, but because of Ashanti region vote tonight, a kutano. Everything now we're targeting it. Edisanka almost between Napo and Educhum, no, they needed to make sure that at least the other could be our home back. Until now, also Muchusu Napo and an opposing team, no, or my managing me. I blame the team, not Napo himself. A team, no, now managing candidates. Team, no, now managing candidate. I tell you, I can't never can. One other chance and can't wait. And I'm going to say about a Napo chance. So right now, Bawumia, Onyo, Kenny, nobody can go back to Napo. I think at best, what Napo can do, they say, Omobeman or a friend saying, Omobeman Napo chief of staff. So I think that be Omobebano, Napo chief of staff, and Ubenya. And I think that will really work well for Napo. And he's a very fine gentleman, but team now I'm managing ye and on Marco first problem number. And which there, running mate, no, when you cry, and he probably will be on the top of the list. He will be on the top of the list. And do homework and he say, on popular across Ghana. He has to do his homework to be popular across Ghana. Before say, I don't know the team, no person, yes, our homework now and say, Mama, ne fire na Bawumia by a wrong strategy. Because all fire Bawumia, Nina, opponent was so true to her. And one here, and Nipa be offended, you probably cannot get back. It's a very wrong strategy. But he has to work on making himself appealable to the entire nation. And also, appealable to the entire nation, not just NPP for, not just Ashanti region. Be Ashanti region, Okuta, but you see, Ashanti region, no, and you do to go and fans, Ken, as well fans for Ashanti region, Ken. Brian Champon or fast was something with the public call me nyina so mo nananom ya asantefo Peter Tatemba won shenanigan kakra move Brian Champon koye ho but nanu say me hu ni video bi a o kan na no oniema wa ye and I thought Brian Champon brage kakra bra internal race o eti susu brage internal race na moko susu brage wa hwe na brage a mane kotra so a na wa hwe anu akwa de ni se nka ma me ko Kennedy Japan because I saw the story from Kennedy Japan me ko yero abisi ubeba and obeka santi ebe ko no na Philip Ayaba Tokusu be join here very soon tie ne ono so ebe kasa yero James su be join here from Educhum camp na ehun de ekoso wo ho but like I'm saying no President Mahama there is in a comfortable lead. He's in a comfortable lead cry say Juma Oye no I said the other be UN in and I'm waiting for his speech, first speech to UN and then some of Becca, especially about Galamsey, because minister by now UN for nothing, the all can so they would want answers on a this is what a friend say Kennedy Japan say I will use the Asian miracle model to develop Ghana, Kennedy Japan, and I like this, but this is not the time for messaging like this. This one you are speaking to delegates. And the delegates will address internal issues. Party no more yedidija. Party no more rewarded supporting and Colano from grassroots for to say NDC. Party for no more manages through ye. Party for there's lack of communication. Resources now cost for the money secret down ground. Those ones now are the delegates issues. I was about Kennedy Japan addressing. So although I agree with the point where you're making, but when addressing those underlying party issues now. Where are okay a national issue in terms of the general voting population? Yeah, interested in some of these issues. Say, hey, who bet me build Ghana year my because that's what we all want to see. Say Ghana echo beyond just where we are going. Because Ghana, they say, I say campaign in nada ne kasa kwa ya kasa sa. What I say? Ya kasa sa. I said uncle do baby, and we may have to change from there. Now for a more strategic. I was trying to look for. Honorable Brian Champo video na make say also say he's moving his people from the ideas and say or a delivery of ideas. I think they know okay, but now me feel say a bit of bragging, but he's entitled to his bragging right. He's entitled to his bragging right because one ever turn into no clear there why yeah was solving problem. Into our party delegates and say, but see, Mr. Brian Champo the target kind of crying but the target by 2032. Oh, yeah, brought yet. It was him say when Kennedy and Bawumia in 2028 and and NPP for na kasa in 2028 omutikeka and sha na emfa because the ekoyi man solve more problem na 2028 NDC be san to aso by NDC so issue ni say because Kenya Mahama na ekonti likely some so betime lose seat no and NPP for pushing ka clear they can take it because Mahama nko bio and results no cry NDC nya na anu ya no it was largely based on the person Mahama, not necessarily NDC, the person Mahama, the person of Mahama, not necessarily NDC. NDC were Juma Kakade, but the personality of Mahama and more and I go for the tomorrow. Let me show you the other brand Champo Kano.
Talk about ideas. The biggest hotel in Africa is my idea. The longest run airport, the airport with the longest runway in the world is my idea. I solved big problems that this country confronted. Ghost names. Removed over 50,000 people from the payroll through my software. That was my idea. All the companies that I ran, functioning, employed, over 1,000 people around this environment. In this community, the growth pool that I've established here, those are ideas translated into action. Those who are competing with me, go to their communities and find out how their ideas have translated into action. But it's simple. Or, if you remember, 2 weeks ago, Kudakos Station, Multimedia, they put out that government or Cocoa Board has received $4 billion in deposits. Did you see that? Do you know who caused it? Brian, you are looking at me. When I went to the Ministry of Agriculture, Cocoa Board, I supervised it. They told me that since 1947, we have always gone for syndication.
Eti ana make us we do to me say honorable brage kakra de ono so be ndé wo so dwa nanim no obi say yeah o dey form. Eti oton ho we have to verify some of those facts now claiming nyina, but I mean there's no question about the fact that being a young vibrant person or big company and hotel asemi o can there without it obi enim say okokowu a hotel kete o. I'm not sure I said the whole Africa that's the biggest hotel because I don't think so. So Morocco no many idea a Cairo that is the bigger, but I mean my boss been my former boss been okay so one ton ho bi anto enti I was so ton ho kakra, you know. So let's come back to a first NPP for primaries when any other matters are rising. You better whether they will survive this period. And NPP primaries here will the party itself survive because they are also NPP money there. Philip Nana Ayaba Toku a first NDC communication team no empany for be Western region but no a PhD student or solid there are Charles Biso soon himself